Apple is planning on releasing multiple new AirPods by the end of the year, according to a freshman report by Mark Gurman. So here is everything to expect. And I want to start off with the low-end AirPods. And no, I'm not referring to the regular AirPods 3 here, but rather the old 2019 second-gen AirPods that Apple is still selling for a whopping $130. These are now finally set to be discontinued and replaced with a brand new model. One that would have a new design that would be a blend between the third-gen AirPods and the AirPods Pros with a shorter stem. Now, if you compare the AirPods Pros with the third gens, you'll see that they look almost identical. In fact, if you were to remove the ear tips from the AirPods Pros, from certain angles, you'll actually struggle to tell which is which. So I'm quite curious to see what this blend between the two designs would look like, as, like I said, they are already extremely similar. Aside from this new design, we're also getting the switch to USB-C in the case to comply with the EU's December 2024 deadline. And Mark also claimed that the price is likely to remain the same at around $130. So that's everything that we know about these new low-end AirPods. A new design, USB-C, and the same price. But I'm pretty sure that a number of features that we currently have in the third-gen AirPods would also make their way onto this new low-end model. For example, as we're getting a new case, I would also expect it to have some sort of sweat and water resistance, just like the AirPods 3 case, which I would also expect to apply to the AirPods themselves. A new case plus a new design usually means larger batteries too, and here I would expect about the same battery life as with the AirPods 3s. So that's 6 hours of listening time for the AirPods themselves, up from 5, and then 30 hours for the case, up from 24. I also expect the touch controls that we have on the third gens to also make their way onto this low-end version, allowing you to hold for Siri rather than always have to, say the word, as well as triple press the button to skip back to the previous track, which is currently missing from the low-end version. And I think it goes without saying that the overall audio quality would also be improved thanks to this new design and some updated audio drivers too. As fun fact, the current second-gen AirPods use the same drivers as the original models from 2016. So yeah, they're not the best. If we do get all of these improvements and the price remains the same at $130, I think that Apple's going to be in a much better spot of competing against all the Android alternatives, some of which are very good, like the Nothing Ear 2s, which for £109 in the UK, they cost less than the base AirPods. And they also offer a much better battery life, active noise cancelling, and superior drivers than even the AirPods 3rd gens. Link in the description in case you want to try them, they are really that good. Oh, and since Apple cannot technically call these the AirPods 3rd gens, as those already exist, I do have a feeling that they'll be calling these the AirPods SE. Which brings us to the mid-range AirPods. Right now, these are the 3rd gen AirPods, which retail for $170. And according to Mark Gurman, the 3rd gens would be discontinued and replaced with this new mid-range version, which I'm pretty sure will be called the 4th gen AirPods. In terms of what would be new with these AirPods, this is where things get weird, as for the most part, these will be identical to the low-end version, with two differences. Number one, an updated case with Find My functionality. Cool. And number two, active noise cancelling. Now, hold on a minute, active noise cancelling on the mid-range AirPods? That sounds great, but you need to remember that these AirPods would not have any ear tips like the AirPods Pros. So their noise cancelling won't be very effective, as outdoor noise will still be able to get into your ear. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, by the way, released in 2020, were very similar. They were open earbuds with no seal at all, and they also offered active noise cancelling. But when I was wearing these with noise cancelling on, it literally made no difference. So yeah, just don't get too hyped about noise cancelling coming to the AirPods 4. If anything, I would probably get more hyped about transparency mode. As you see, since you're already getting a lot of background noise in, transparency mode will be able to give you back the tiny amount that you're missing, making it sound like you're not even wearing any AirPods at all. On top of this, I'm also expecting us to get the H2 chip from the H1, matching the 2nd gen AirPods Pros. We first got the H1 with a 2019 AirPods, so it is quite an outdated chip at this point. And the H2 will not only give us improved noise cancelling, which is definitely needed on these open design AirPods, but also a superior transparency mode too. And with its H2 chip, we'll also get Bluetooth 5.3 from 5.0 that would give us faster pairing and also a longer range. Plus, of course, USB-C that would also be coming. And one last change that we might see is MagSafe. With the 3rd gen AirPods, Apple sells two versions of it. a version without MagSafe for $170, and one with for $180. I do have a feeling that the low-end model would lack MagSafe, while the mid-range model will include it. That being said, I'm not really sure how I feel about this mid-range model in general. Like, market expecting Apple to keep the price the same as the current AirPods 3s, so at about $170, which I think is still a lot, even with these added features like active noise cancelling. Like I said, you can get the Nothing Gear 2s for significantly less. You can also get the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro 2s for significantly less too, on Amazon, as they are constantly on sale. So really, the only thing that you're getting extra with AirPods is spatial audio and the ability to quickly switch between your Apple devices and still have them connected. But other than that, there are far better options in terms of sound quality and active noise cancelling out there for less. Which brings us to the high-end AirPods, the AirPods Pro 3. And here, according to Mark Gurman, these will only be launching in 2025, which I think is expected. Apple did give us the USB-C version of the second-gen AirPods Pros in late last year, which also included some extra features like lossless audio for the Vision Pro and improved dust resistance. When it comes to what to expect from next year's version, Mark states that it will get a new design as well as a new chip, likely the H3. And aside from this, the AirPods Pro 3s are also set to feature some new health features, including some specific hearing health ones. We don't really have any leaks on the potential design changes. However, Apple did apply for that patent, showing an AirPods case that also had a display for controlling your music, as well as the AirPods settings. So we could potentially see this design in next year's AirPods Pros. And we've actually made a separate video just on that, so if you want to learn more about it, you can check it out right here. Also, you might have noticed the wallpaper that we've added to our AirPods Pro concept. That's actually from our Tinted Tides wallpaper pack that we released back in November. And today we are launching our 7th new pack for February, which is Stunning Stripes by Arif. This one's a really beautiful, really fun abstract pack with some vibrant colors that looks especially good on a Pixel, as it's got that googly feel to it. Of course, you can use it on anything you want, including your desktop. My favorite one being this purple one. However, there are a ton of amazing ones in the pack. And all designs are in full 8K, which you can check out in our Wallpapers app for iOS and Android, or by using the link below. And this finally brings us to the AirPods Max, which are really in a category of their own. And unlike the AirPods Pros, we are expecting a new version this year, one that replaces the Lightning ports with USB-C and introduces some new colors. There are no other changes reported here. Personally, I would be quite surprised if Apple makes no other changes. Like, I would expect to see at least the H1 chip being upgraded to the H2, if nothing else. I would also love to see an updated smart case, which I was never a fan of, as it was just very flimsy. But what I really want to see the most here is just better reliability. I've already had my AirPods Maxes replaced once, as they randomly got bricked, and it looks like the same thing is happening again with my replacement model that I've had since early 2021. Every now and then, they're kind of going into this weird mode that's similar to noise cancelling, but different. It's really hard to explain, but long story short, they're not responding, you cannot use them, so you just have to try and connect them over and over until they finally work, or sometimes they never do. So yeah, myself and others, we do believe that maybe the condensation on the ear cups might have something to do with them failing. Whatever the issue is, Apple needs to improve the reliability of them because, you know, they're the most expensive AirPods that Apple sells. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on all the upcoming AirPods models, and do subscribe for more updates as soon as we have them. I'm Daniel, this has been ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.